Welcome to this lecture. Python lists. In this section, I will give you only introduction of lists and we will study lists in detail in the next section. In Python, lists are heterogeneous. It means they can hold values of different data types. Lists are made with comma separated elements enclosed in square brackets. For example, we have a list named digits and has the elements 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 9. Now we will print the contents of this list by using print statement, and we have another list named letters and has elements A, B, C, D and comma E. Now we print the both lists. To press Shift plus Enter. This code. Now you can clearly see the contents of about two lists. Next, mixed list of elements of different data types. We have a list, mixed list, have elements. 1 is integer, 3.14 has a float data type, and spring is a string data type, summer is also a string data type, and another element which is also a list has elements 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we will print this mixed list by using print statement. To run this script, please Shift plus Enter to see the result. You can clearly see the output of the list. Next, you can also get the number of elements in a list by using the length functions. For example, we have a list A and has the following elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we check the length of list elements. Press Shift plus Enter to check the length of this element. List indexing. Like string, lists can also be indexed. The first element in a list start at the index 0. Let's see an index example. We have a list of fruits and have the elements apples, banana, strawberries, mangoes, and pears. Print list element at index 3. Fruit, we will print the list element which is at index 3. Negative indexes are also used in list. This statement print the element of list which is at index -1. To check the output of this script, press Shift plus Enter. Mango is at index 3 and pear is at index -1. Next, list slicing. List can also be sliced. Slicing operation always returns a new list that has been dragged from the old list. You can also say that list slicing return a sublist. The syntax remains as list square star list. The syntax remains as name of list, start index, column, and end index. As with string slicing, the element at the end index is not included in the result. Let's see some slicing example. We have a list which is named my list and has the elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70. This statement print my list 1, 3, it means it will print the elements of list from index 1 and up to index 3. The element at index 3 is not included in this sublist. The next statement, my list square brackets 4 colon and so on. This statement means that it will print the list elements from 4 to end. The next statement, my list colon, it means lists will be printed from 0 indexing to up to 6. Up to 6 means 6 is not included in the list. To see the output of run the cell, press Shift plus Enter. Next, list concatenation. Additionally, we can add two lists together by using the plus operator. The elements of all the lists being concatenated on a brought together inside one list. See some example. Suppose we have a list. Suppose we have two lists. List A has following elements 1, 2, 3, and another list B has elements 4, 5, 6, and then we will concatenate these lists. Print A plus B plus operator will concatenate the contents of list A and B into one single list. Press Shift plus Enter. You can clearly see it is a single list but have contents of list A and B. Next, see another list concatenation example. We have also two lists, a list which consists of A, B, C, and another list which consists of 1, 2, 3, and run this cell. Shift plus Enter. You can see it is also as one list but have the contents of list 1 and list 2. Next, changing values in a list. You can change the value in a list by assigning whatever is at that index. For example, we have a list names and it consists of the following elements: Eva, Cassie, John, Diana. And now we change the now we have to change the value at index. Insert a value 2 at index 2. Index 2 is names. Run this side, center. You can clearly see that do is at index 2. You can also use the list.append method to insert a value at the end of a list. Append is a built-in method which is included in the Python language. We have a list planets and which has the following elements: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and so on. And we want to add another element at the end of this list. Add list element by using list.append method. List name planets.append method append and insert the value planet x at the end of list. Printing this list after append function. Shift plus Enter. Now you can see the planet x at the end of list, which is included after using the append function. We can assign slices of a list. This replaces the target slice with whatever you assign, regardless of the initial size of the list. And we have a list, alphanumeric list, and it has named alphanumeric list and it has now we have alphanumeric list and has the following elements 1, 2, 3, and up to 0. Print this above list. Print alphanumeric list 4, 7. It means list will be printed from index 4 up to 7. Next, alphanumeric list. Now we have to change. Now we will change the contents of list from index 4 to 7. 7 is not included in the list, and the new values are A, B, C. Print updated list, print alphanumeric list, original list, and then updated list. And you can see. To see the output, Shift plus Enter. This is the original list. This is the original list. This is the sub list from 4 to 7, and this is the original list, and this is the updated list. You can clearly see that now the values at index 4 is A, at index 5 is B, and at index C is at index 6 is C. Use of list reference. In this exercise, we will see how list reference work. Let's create a list 1, which has elements 1, 2, 3, and another, and assign a new variable. List 2 to list 1. At this statement, list 1 is assigned to list 2. Any changes that we make to list 2 will be applied to list 1. For example, append 4 to list 2 and check the contents of list 1. List 2 dot append 4, print list 1. This statement print the contents of list 1. Similarly, any changes that we make to list 1 will be applied to list 2. Insert the value A at index 0 of list 1 and check the contents of list 2. List 1 at index 0, insert a value A, check the contents of list 1. Shift to center. Activity number 11. Working with lists. The steps are as follows. On the first line, create the array. Next, print the array out and fetch the user input for the number of elements to fetch from the array. Finally, print out the slice of the array from the first element to the nth element. Then run the script. Solution of activity number 12. Define the array. We have a list named array and has the elements 55, 12, 37, 38, 31, and up to so on, and up to 22. Print the original array. Shift to center. Whole array. This is the original array. Enter the slice of array to nth element and take a variable n, and using input function enter the slice of array. Slice of array means you have to enter an integer value, and we convert this integer value into integer by using function. Print the required slice array, print required array column up to n. Whatever value of n we take, we